What is up, YouTube? My name is Vincent7, and this is going to be a really quick instructional video about Bandicam and using Adobe Premiere. As you can see, I have the whole collection, and I'm very fond of using the Premiere, the Adobe series, because it is a very top-of-the-line professional type of program. And before I used Final Cut and Sony Vegas. I didn't really like Final Cut very much. I didn't use it very often. I used it more in school, and then I went to a more professional school, and they taught me how to use Adobe. But during that time, I couldn't afford Adobe, so I used Final Cut. I had torrented it. I don't recommend doing that, but if you don't have the money, it's always good to go do that and then buy it later on if you have to do it. But the good thing about, I think Sony Vegas Sony Vegas will take the Bandicam files, and they will split them into two. I would show you how it does it, but I don't have Sony Vegas anymore. I decided to go and buy Adobe Premiere because that's what I went to school and started using for professionally, so that's what I suggest. Adobe Premiere is the best way to go. This is an industry standard. So anyways, the problem was I go into right here. I want to make sure you guys can see it. If you can't see it, it's pretty much when you go into your settings, it'll show your primary sound device and your secondary sound device. Well, as you can see, I'm using, well, if you can't see it, I'm using Windows Sound 10, so whatever the Windows is recording, and then the secondary device is whatever microphone I'm using. At the moment, I'm using a Yeti stereo microphone. It's a decent little microphone, does the job, gets the job done. Well, I'd be recording something, and I'll show you some examples. Let me pull this off. I'll be doing some examples, if I can pull this. Right here, you can see right now, I'm recording this file right here. Well, it's recording both these files. These are my game files and my audio files. Well, see, that's kind of inconvenient. It is how I fixed it, but we're going to go to the problem you guys are probably having. See, before, this right here would be the only file I would have. And even if it would give me two files, it would not show both of them. It would consider it left and right audio. Well, the good thing about Sony Vegas was it would split the files and give them their own left and right each. So it would both be its own particular sound. It wouldn't be left earphone, right earphone, because that's kind of weird. It makes the person who's listening to the video kind of like freaked out a little bit. So for the longest time, I had to actually record with, and I mean, you don't have to do it this way. I actually prefer to use three different things. I use Audacity, Bandicam, and then I use Logic Webcam to do webcams, and then I all put it together in Adobe Premiere. But it was kind of a hassle because you'd have to sync it up, and some games, especially indie games, would have a very hard time syncing it up because sometimes they would jump in, sometimes they would just randomly jump out. It made it harder. Well, come to find out, I was playing around with settings right here. I was trying a new microphone, and I thought, for the longest time, I'd hit save audio tracks while recording. I just assumed it wouldn't work. But for you guys who are looking to have your voice all recorded in one program, or at least have one program recording your video, your voice, and all that, and then having something else like Audacity over here, it's very good to have two different things recording your audio at all times. I know that sometimes it'll lose sync. I still don't know how long this will go for. I just recently figured this out. But like I said before, it's still good to have two different programs. If you do video games, it's really good to have two of them. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Adobe. And today I recorded a game. Today I recorded the game called new Pokemon Uranium game. It's not new. It's just something I'm uploading. So see here, before I'd only have this file right here. I would have all the audios in there, and I'd have to either go to like a split type of program where it would split it up and do what pretty much Sony Vegas did, but totally separate, and then have to put it in there again, or I had to record it separately. Well, the cool thing about Bandicam, I don't know if this is a new update. I'm sure this is not really something new for a lot of people. I just know that I had a problem personally where it was not giving me my secondary audio when it should have been. Because in other files, especially when I went to school, when you recorded something, if you had more than one primary audio, if you had a secondary audio, or 3 or 4, that's very unlikely. But if you did, or if you had like a MP3 file that had, I don't know, it'd be like a WAV file or something, it would bring them all out and it would put them right here. Well, it was really annoying because look, I bring this down here. Oop, you can't see it, but hopefully I didn't delete nothing. I'd bring it down here. It'd give me the game audio, and it'd give me the game audio, and it'd be there. And then sometimes after that, if I had a secondary audio on there, it'd give me a third audio, but it wouldn't have any sound to it. I'd wait for it to generate, it just wouldn't happen. So I'd have to go and split it up and remove it. So what I did was, as I showed you before, I'm going to show you one more time just to make sure you guys see this. Go to settings, save the audio tracks. Now this is a must do if you are to, if you were actually editing your videos. It's just better to have it all separated. Anyways, you can mess with the audio levels, you can mess with a lot of stuff. It's just better. You can denoise it, dehummer it, just you can bypass stuff, frequencies. It's a better way to go. So afterwards, you can see I have 2 game audios now, and I have my secondary audio from Bandicam. And then later on, I haven't done it yet. I need to move it over. I haven't exported it yet, but I'll have another one from Audacity, and I'll move down here and I'll line it all up. I'll make sure it's good. So what I'm saying is, if you do hit the save audios and you put them into some type of editor, even Adobe Premiere doesn't have to be it, but my biggest problem, like I said, was for some reason it just wasn't giving it to me. If you make sure you hit save all the audios, it will do it for you. It will make it where you can line it up. It'll actually already be lined up. Like, that's the really good thing about this, is it's all lined up before I even have to, clap to get it all synced. It's really nice. Sorry, hiccups. I know this video wasn't very professional, but I just really wanted to show you guys this because it's a very big deal to me. I'll let you guys hear like a sample of what it sounds like when it's all lined up. Let me find it. Really does his job well, Lucille. Excellent. Has everybody finished their work? We'll break. As you can see, it's all lined up with the video game that I'm playing. It's a Pokemon game. I'm sure you all will see this video later on tonight. But I just wanted to help you guys out. Like I said, it is a very big deal that you pay attention to this. I don't know if it's... I'll let you guys see my Bandicam settings. I prefer 720 with 30 frames per second and use a Lagrith lossless codec. I won't go too much into that. There's videos that will show you how to do that. And then I use a codec PCM with 4800 frequency hertz, or frequency 4800 hertz stereo. And like I said before, it was acting as a mono. It was left ear, and then the right ear was acting like both of them were separated. When in reality, it should have been both sounds together, both coming from left and right. And I use AVI. I just feel like AVI is probably a better choice to be mixed in with video. But since they're all separated, I guess it really doesn't matter. Don't hold me to that one. I don't know too much about that right there. But like I said, it's a really good idea. And just for you guys who were questioning it, I know I was looking around for answers forever. Maybe there was no answers because it was such a simple thing, but I thought it would help you guys out if you could see that. Like, most of you all have already seen the answer. Just hit the save, make sure it's in a folder, and move them over. Yeah. So, like I said, this is what it was giving me before. If you have files like that already, let's go ahead and talk about that. If you have files that are already like this, so you've already done the mess up where there is a primary and a secondary audio, you can go to Sony Vegas if you really want to, if you own Sony Vegas, or if you can torrent it just to get that. I know for the longest time I didn't want to use Sony Vegas or Final Cut. I wanted to use Adobe Premiere because that's what I went to school for. That's what I learned on. I was using After Effects and all this stuff that I wanted to make sure that I wanted to make sure it was good, and I was good with this stuff. And Bandicam, just at the time, like, no one was giving me the answer, and there was questions about it, but no one was giving me the answer that was fixing anything. They gave me a whole bunch of, like, going into the file and editing in it, and actually, let's see. What is this? Does this show? Let's see. Go to File, get Properties for File. Oh, well. Properties. Woo, I'm changing the ratio. That's not good. So if you see here, one video track right here. The before it would show me, this one says 0 size bytes, so obviously it's not recording it in the video anymore. And this all might be to do with the compressor and like the codec it's in. So just another thing, if you could go look up that Lagrith lossless codec, it might help you out. I don't know. I haven't noticed a difference until recently with that. But like I said, I've had 2 files before. I've had 2 files just like I have now. But for some reason, maybe I wasn't hitting saving it, or I don't know. But I do know now that that now it records it separately. So if you guys have any more problems, just do a comment below. Maybe we can figure it out for you guys too. I know it's a big deal when you want to make YouTube videos and you cannot do it because of something stupid like Adobe Premiere will not read the file as two separate audio files and a video file. It's just ridiculous. But you can see here it does pick up the second audio track, but as you can see down here, it's definitely still not showing it. Even if it says 0 bytes to it, it's still there. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to try to get this uploaded for you guys, for people who have the problem. And if you have anything you want to ask, go ahead and ask it. It's no big deal. I can't promise when I'll get to it, but I can promise that if I see it, it will be something on my priorities list to figure out or talk to you guys and maybe try to help out. That's pretty much it. My name is Vincent. Please leave a comment, like, or subscribe. Like I said, I know this probably wasn't a very big deal, but I know that it definitely makes a difference when you don't understand what's going on and you're just getting stressed out and you're not thinking clearly. Like me, I was very stressed out about it. I wasn't thinking clearly, so probably something very small turned into a bigger problem, and you just want to find one video that says, hey, go hit the save button and make them save it to different files. Like I said, that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. My name is Vincent7. Please leave a comment, like, or subscribe, and I hope this video helps you guys out.